Let's start with the ending. It's a good one. After being held hostage in the Sahara for 450 days, Canadian Édith Blais is okay. Not because someone saved her, but because she made a run for it.
When I was alone for so many months, I was like, oh my God, I couldn't see no light at all. And so anything is possible.
And this is you, the sands of time?
Yeah, exactly. I felt trapped in time.
Trapped, terrified. She's a talented artist, writer, passionate traveler who needed her wits, driving across Burkina Faso in a tiny blue car with her Italian friend, Luca Tacchetto.
Did your family ever give you the gears about taking this trip?
Well, they were scared, but it wasn't the first time they were scared. Yeah. My guardian angel was tired, I think.
Her guardian angel surely dozed off in December of 2018 as they drove along a potholed, empty road.
Close to the border, when the sun was starting to get down, there was this 6 men, fully wrapped with their AKs blocking the street. And at that point, you just realize, like, oh my God. I remember just looking at Luca. We had this eye contact and like, oh, we might die. Like, this may be the end.
An ambush. Édith and Luca driven into the desert on motorcycles for 20 days at gunpoint. So much blowing sand, she had to take out her contact lenses. Her captors wouldn't let her take her glasses.
So that's a big decision when you take out your contact.
Yeah, you feel so vulnerable when you don't see.
They were in the hands of Islamic militants, career kidnappers. From that December until now, there have been more than 600 recorded kidnappings there. Canadian Kirk Woodman would be found dead not far away just a few weeks later. Édith and Luca only understood what was right in front of them.
When we got to the desert, then we realized, okay, this is really big. At the beginning, I was with Luca, and there was a lot of drones, so they were hiding us, actually. They were making little huts out of branches and dry herbs. And it was really, really small, so we were just laying down day and night, one beside the other, and we couldn't even sit up.
3 months like that, then they were separated. Édith drawing maps in her head, holding onto images and timelines, especially of the moment she's told she's going home. It's a trick. She's moved to a rough desert camp and finds 3 women.
I told them, well, they're supposed to bring me to Canada, and I was a little bit mixed up. And I heard the car that brought me there leave. And the women were like, I don't think you're going to leave very soon.
One by one, they told her they'd been held for 2 to 3 years.
I was going, like, I can't do another month. It's impossible. And they've been there for so many years. It hits you. You try to still hold on hope because, you can't.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to just keep your head out of the water.
How did you make the time go by together? What did you do?
They had one needle, so we would find threads from clothes or from the tent, or so we could talk. And at one point, there was the oldest one. She had a pen, and that's when I realized that it was like, oh my God, if ever I could just borrow it, I could write poems and just leave this place for like an hour, 2 hours, just go. And so I asked her, can I borrow your pen? And she, of course, please. And we found little cardboards from the tea and stuff like that, so I would write poems each day.
With the needle and those bits of thread, she made this bag, crafted a little hope and peace on it. With that pen, the words flew. At first etched on the scraps of boxes, now marked in print, noting the chapters of her book, The Weight of Sand.
A hand dips into the light. A woman quenches her thirst. For life, a whole river's might flows through the brittle desert. Yeah, I wrote that one on March 19th, 2019. It was the 92nd day of captivity.
The date she knows because the women would recite it together every day for nearly 5 months, all scared, hungry, getting weaker.
Did you ever get an indication that someone was looking for you?
They separated me from the women. Then I was alone for 6 months, and somebody that came by motorcycle, and he gave me this red envelope written Édith on top, and that was kind of a shock. There's 3 pictures and 2 letters inside for me. And the third picture was Me and my father, we were arm wrestling.
What did the presence of that picture change for you and for your captors?
So I would show them, and they would always point at my father and say, ba, 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 ba. That was really strange. It's like if, I don't know, I felt as they saw I was a human and I had a father, like they were all fathers.
Surviving meant seizing any opportunity, the biggest when she was finally reunited with Luca after nearly a year apart.
So you and Luca cook up this plan.
Well, I didn't think we have nothing to lose. I think that's what happened. We had to plan little things because when we went to sleep, we had to give them our shoes. So we couldn't escape very far without anything to protect our feet. So I sewed some shoes with my carpet and some cardboard. And we kept the water from our showers to be able to have some water to escape. It took a month to do all that. And,
A month?
Mm-hmm.
And so how did you pick the day?
So we were hoping like maybe 3 days after the full moon, we would have enough light to be able to escape and see. And life really helped us there because after the 3 days after the full moon, there was this big wind of sand in the night.
So what did that mean? What difference did that mean for you?
And because of the wind in the air, so they couldn't see us. And we had to go through these parts of sand, and usually they could find your footsteps, but the wind just erased everything.
So they bolted in the homemade shoes, that handmade bag stuffed with as many cardboard scraps of poetry as she could manage. All the worry, the furies, the dreams escaping with her.
I did a little pouch that I put my poems in, and that's it.
You must have left some behind, though.
Yeah, I left with 52, and I probably wrote like 150. We walked the whole night, 20 kilometers or something, and we found this big road. So we're like, oh, maybe there is trucks going through there.
Finally, one slowed down. Luca ran for it. Edith followed.
So I asked Luca when I arrived, like, can we go up? I think so. He wasn't sure even. So we put our bag, looked like, he looks fine. So we got in, we closed the door, and he left with us. Yeah, that was crazy.
They didn't speak the trucker's language, but he recognized fear. By day's end, they were at a UN office, then moved by helicopter to Bamako. Suddenly, a meeting with the president, Canadian representatives, all of it astonishing, and the date, March 14th, 2020, the world in a pandemic Edith and Luca knew nothing about.
But everything is weird at that moment. I mean, you've been isolated for 15 months and everything was weird. There was so much media also. But I was really happy just to be free, and I was quarantined with my mother. She was really happy.
It was a whirlwind of a day after an eternity of low rumbling fear and isolation. It's taken a while to speak the words out loud. She's learned 2 of the women she was with were freed. The third died in the desert. Luca is home in Italy. They haven't seen each other since.
Do you ever dream about any of this now?
When I was writing the book, the whole time I was writing, I was doing nightmares at night. And once I finished the book, it all stopped. It's very rare now that I dream that I'm captive. It's very rare. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I let go, I think.
And those men who stole her freedom? She's met with counterterrorism officials, looked at photos, but has gone no further.
I let go of everything. I try to let go of things that won't change. Like negative things that are not going to change. If I keep it, I just let them go.